Hello, listeners and viewers. Welcome to another episode on Rising Above Shadows of Abuse, RASA, where we discuss issues relating to abuse, mental health, culture, and society. I'm your host, Grace Upper. Today's episode centers around world news reels on abuse. The first story is from Metro News by Josh Milton, 29th of April 2024. A woman who had no clue why she was bloody and bruised until nurse told her. A woman who suffered a head injury so deep it reached her skull had no idea what had happened until the nurse said the four-letter words to her. Your boyfriend did it. Emily Lewis, 24, was beaten and strangled by Thomas Jones, her boyfriend of 3 years, who was high on cocaine and alcohol. The woman from Neath, Wales, suffered an 8-centimeter long and 4-centimeter wide head injury, a fractured cheekbone, and was left covered in bruises. The attack, which happened overnight between February the 18th and 19th last year, left Emily needing 19 stitches. She said, during our relationship, he was never massively aggressive to me. In the year leading up to it, I thought he had a drinking problem because he would go out all the time and come home late and then have a go at me. There were traits of negative behavior towards me, but nothing like this. I wouldn't have described it as a toxic relationship. Yet on February the 18th, 2023, the couple went with friends to Wing Street in the heart of Swansea's nightlife scene, only for Jones to get kicked out of the venue. He was calling me names, calling me a cunt, telling me to F off, and telling me to go away while I was trying to diffuse the situation, Emily said. He went into another place and he got kicked out of there. The pair returned home. Emily had no memory of what happened after they closed the front door. I remember being inside the house and I remembered him strangling me to the point where I couldn't breathe, she said. I could feel myself drifting in and out of consciousness. I was trying to kick him off me, but I am small compared to him, so I wasn't able to. She added, while I was on the floor, he was punching me repeatedly to the point where I was in so much pain. I told him to kill me because I couldn't take it anymore. I was hurting everywhere. He had battered me all over. Swansea's Crown Court heard how Emily phoned her mom 10 times to help her. When she arrived, Jones punched her in the face as she took her daughter to Morriston Hospital. Waking up in a hospital room the following morning in absolute agony, Emily said she realized the extent of her injuries after looking at her mobile phone camera. My head was shaved. I had stitches in my head and my face was swollen up like a balloon, Emily said. I threw my phone because I was in so much shock and I didn't know who did it. I asked the nurse and she told me it was my boyfriend. I was shocked and traumatized when I found out he did this. My life completely changed in one night. The day before, we were fine, and now I haven't spoken to him since. Seeing the mirror now brings Emily right back to the morning, seeing her bloodied and bruised face for the first time since the attack. Ammonia is something she is trying to live with. Emily still bears the scar from the gash she sustained on her head. One prosecutors suggested was caused by the screen of an Alexa's found shattered and splattered with blood. In a victim statement read directly to Jones, Emily said, I am a survivor. I have a scar that reminds me of how strong I will become. You haven't taken away my will to live. You haven't broken my spirit. This scar is a constant reminder of what happened, but it does not define my future. I can't bear the thought of this happening to someone else. Jones was sentenced to 18 months behind bars on April the 22nd. He was also handed a 2-month term to run concurrently for battery following his actions towards Emily's mother. He will serve half the sentence in prison before being released on license. A restraining order will also prevent him from contacting Emily for 3 years. Judge Thomas told the defendant, "This offense is simply too serious to justify anything other than immediate custody. A message has to go out to people, particularly men, that prison will be the inevitable outcome." What are your thoughts on this particular newsreel? Do you think he was given an adequate sentence? It would have been more. What would have warranted such battery from Jones, his girlfriend he's been dating for 3 years? Do you think his attack or the attack was fueled by drug and alcohol? Kindly let me know your views, your thoughts about this particular newsreel. Our email address, risingaboveshadows of abuse@gmail.com. Thank you.